This is science.
Guys, I was like, if I get a grande in the morning, then if technically I'm getting less in the afternoon.
Listen, I want to be honest with you. I've never said this out loud, Steph. I'm saying this in front of a lot of people. Mm-hmm. When I see you have a venti coffee, I am like scandalized. I'm like, that is so much caffeine. Even though I later have another small cup, there's something about seeing it all together that I'm like, that is a lot of coffee.
Yeah. Noelle, so can I. It's actually...
You guys, you're lying to yourselves. Wait, I need to say this.
Anybody else? I grew up, and I don't know if this is like a Hispanic thing, but before bed, my mom would make café con leche, which was basically instant coffee and milk warmed up with like a little sweet bread. And I would have that before, like an hour before going to bed. And
as a child?
I can go to bed, yeah. I was like 9, 10.
First of all, that sounds really beautiful, actually.
It was cute.
What are you talking about?
Café con leche, put you to sleep. That's the experience.
What are you saying? You want a little sweet bread? I do.
Yeah.
Okay, I had dinner with one of my best friends for my birthday. We went to this like fancy-ish restaurant that we love. And she's just international. She's lived all over the world. So we finish eating. It's late. And she's like, let's get dessert. I'm going to get a coffee. I'm like, you're going to have a coffee right now? It's like whatever time it was.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, we have decaf. I'm like, okay, I will do a decaf shot of espresso. And
just a shot?
Listen, I want to tell you something.
You're intense.
You guys, first of all, I love espresso. Second of all, I had a decaf shot of espresso. It came out in the cutest cup with like the most artistic clump of brown sugar and a lemon peel over the brown sugar. And I was like, what is this? Yeah. Is this a thing that you're supposed to do? And I was like, being such a tourist, I'm like, I'm going to put this in. I'm going to do it. It was the best coffee of my life. I have been dreaming about this decaf shot of espresso with a little crystal brown sugar and a zest of lemon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Everyone's having coffee in the afternoon.
Are you guys having coffee in the afternoon? Coffee before bed? What?
Decaf cup in the afternoon. It's very common in Eastern European cultures, too, to have some coffee before bed.
An hour before bed, no problem.
Yeah.
Wow.
Caffeine can put kids to sleep.
That's it. Maybe that's what your mom was doing.
Yeah, maybe that's why. They know. Diana, we do have Spanish Devos and Spanish blogs. I dropped the link for you.
We do.
There's also a channel on this app, and it's for everyone. Everyone will have access. It's Proclama Mi Alma, and you can get the Devos that way, too.
I love when Steph says stuff in Spanish. It's so beautiful. Look who's over here on YouTube. Hi, Susie. Hi, Sarah.
Got volume on YouTube, but still can't get on the app.
Oh. Susie, come on over. It's working. We're here.
Head on over to the What's New channel.
Hi, Susie. Sorry.
Oh, great.
I left you hanging on there on YouTube so long. You figured it out. You're amazing. Wow.
Oh, Carolina. She liked our hair today. Thank you.
Oh.
I was just going to read Megan's comment. You go.
Well, I'm just going to talk about myself some more.
Okay, go ahead.
You guys, as I think many of you know, I'm on a curly hair journey. I decided to give it a year of trying to retrain my curls, embrace my natural hair. And I just didn't have time to do it. It's kind of a process, whatever. And so over the weekend, I was like, whatever, I'll just do it the way I used to do it, normal, straight. And I was like very thrown by my own reflection for like 3 days. Wow. I'm like, how did I always wear my hair like this? Like, I am starting to not make sense to myself without curly hair.
Wow.
It's kind of crazy. Anyway.
It's just the freedom of your natural hair. Megan said that when she was living in Italy, her dad got an authentic espresso machine.
Yes.
He used to steam a whole cup of milk for us with a drop of espresso and cinnamon before bed.
What did they call it? I've seen, like, what do they call them? Cappuccino? Have you heard of this? Where it's basically like steamed milk with like, it's basically like hot
mocha?
chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they call it something so cute that like moms go and get their coffee and then they get like a cappuccino or whatever it is.
I don't know. My kids I've let them taste it so that they cannot like coffee.
Stop.
No, they don't like it. Because they're like, I don't like that. I'm like, yeah, you don't like that.
Okay, Shalom, this is interesting. I wish I could do coffee in the morning, but it fuels my anxiety and it makes me jittery. I want to tell you why. I want to give you the science behind that.
Yes.
Because in the morning, your natural cortisol levels rise. That's what helps you to wake up. It's actually what wakes you from sleep, is your cortisol rising. So you actually don't need coffee within the first 60 to 90 minutes of waking up, because you're supposed to have your natural cortisol at work. If you do, you have too much cortisol. That's why. So if you just wait, you could wait till.
I'm already jittery in the mornings and trying to make it to, So I'm just like, let's add to it. Let someone join me.
Yeah.
But I also heard that, like, before coffee, you should just have, like, so many ounces of water.
This is it, you guys. Water before coffee. Water with lemon. Rhonda, you know how to live. That's right.
Oh, Renee doesn't have coffee until after exercising.
That's what I'm saying. I used to do coffee with prayer in the morning, and then I stopped. I only do water with prayer, and then I have coffee after prayer. It's kind of nice.
There's like a quote by a saint, right? Like coffee and prayer or something like that. I'll look it up.
Are you thinking about our candle, our Jose Maria Escriva candle, that's like about prayer, but smells like coffee morning time?
No.
Well, that's what I thought of.
Let them have prayer and coffee or something like that. Who said that?
What?
Can someone look it up so
That's
Beth
not
doesn't
real.
think I'm crazy?
No.
A saint said that.
Water with sea salt, water with pink salt is very good too for electrolytes. Yeah, very good, you guys. I'm just loving this. All these little life hacks, which is actually, we're talking about efficiency in our lives and living with purpose and peace in our lives with a rule of life today.
Yeah. I have a question for you guys to ponder while we're thinking about our rule of life.
That's right. We're not there yet.
Just what was your New Year's resolution? And how's that going for you?
My resolution is going swimmingly.
Love.
Can I talk about it?
Yes, please.
My New Year's resolution, I don't normally do that. I do stuff with the Lord, but I don't normally have like a traditional New Year's resolution. I've shared with you already, my New Year's resolution was to make my bed every day. And I think I haven't done it maybe once or twice. Sometimes I like half make my bed. I like the bed is made, but the pillows, because there's a lot of pillows, aren't all set up. But I heard this beautiful, I was very inspired by like a talk that I heard a couple of weeks ago about how essentially we're not doing enough penance for the conversion of sinners, like people in our own families. Then I went to Mass again, this is interesting. And this priest, man, he's so holy, he's such a good preacher. He said, it was on the Feast of the Chair of St. Peter, and he said, if you, our Pope, our priests, our bishops are not perfect. But if you are going to, what did he say? If you're going to criticize them, I demand that you pray and fast for them. I was like, what?
I love that.
Father Keith Kenny, classic.
Of course.
Classic Father Keith Kenny. Anyway, I have chills. I demand that you pray for them.
Yes.
And that you do penance and that you fast.
We can get into it. We can get into nitpicking our church.
Oh, for sure.
But like, then what are we doing?
Yes, 100%.
To build up.
Also, try praying for them and allow the Lord to soften your heart, because you're not perfect either anyway. Also, they need prayers.
Oh my gosh.
Alas, that's just a point within a point. Kind of like the stories I like to tell all the time. But basically, I was like, okay, Lord, I have this interesting thing with fasting, this thing the Lord is doing in me. So I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like, how can I pray and fast for these particular things? And he was like, just offer the sufferings of your life. This isn't like a conversation. It was just an understanding. Like, so I sacrifice making my bed every morning for an intention now.
Ooh.
It has elevated it from a New Year's resolution, something I want to do to be better, to like win the morning, whatever. It's elevated it now. I don't actually want to do it. I don't want to do my dishes right away. I don't want to keep my house tidy. But these are things that we do anyway. So let's offer them as penance. Let's offer our sufferings, our own life, like the sufferings that come in life, the duties of our state in life. Let's simply offer those with intention for people and things that need prayer.
Yeah. I was thinking about that. I've been having like a couple rough nights sleep with my baby. And I'm like, instead of complaining about it today, who can I offer up this tiredness for? And I did. And it made the day go by so much better.
No way.
Because my mentality shifted from like, this is now a sacrifice, like an offering I can make on behalf of someone else.
Yes.
Instead of me just complaining about what I didn't get.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It takes the focus from being like this turned in on ourselves to this more really our true like natural generosity. It's like others focused.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We talked about this a little bit, like when we were struggling, when I personally was struggling in my relationship with the Lord and like my prayer life, is like he invited me to turn to praising him and just having like this sense of gratitude for everything he has done, even though I'm in this season. And it helped me change my mindset from like, I'm in this dark place, I'm in desolation, Lord, blah, blah, blah. Fix my circumstances too. God, you're so good. Like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going to happen or how you're going to do this, but I know you will take care of me.
Man.
And it's a radical way of just living our lives intentionally.
It's a renewal of the mind for sure. It has so much to do with, living our lives with intention. We're doing it anyway, but how can we do it? How can we add value to it, eternal value to it, by offering for other people? I was having a terrible allergic reaction, like an allergy flare up. And I was miserable during the rosary this morning. And I was like, I'm going to offer this as an intention. And immediately it like lifted. It became easier to bear. Yes. Because I was like bearing it with courage for another.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's easier to bear.
Yeah.
It's not that serious, not that intense.
Yeah.
When we get to offer it.
I was actually joyful to like have something to do for a person.
I've felt that too.
To offer something that is already going on, you know?
Totally.
Wow.
One way that I pray for priests is right after confession, Morgan says. One priest always asked for prayer, and I implemented it for everyone.
Wow. That's beautiful.
We've been intentionally fasting on Fridays for Palestine and other war-torn countries, and to remind us we eat vegetarian Middle Eastern food.
That's
yummy.
So cool. Sophia, you're amazing.
Father Mike calls it the litany of life.
That's it, yeah. Father Mark Mary, the CFR, he talks about like a life novena, that just for 9 days, you offer up the sufferings and the duties of your life for 9 days for a specific intention.
Wow, that's beautiful. One Lent a few years ago, I think I wasn't married yet, I just made a calendar of that. Like I printed out calendars for Lent, and just every day in the calendar, I just put someone else's name and their intention. Cool. And so every day I knew that day I was going to be praying for someone, and it was really beautiful to do that. Yeah, kind of.
Megan does that. Megan does that. Megan, calling you out. Megan does that every day of the week, has a different intention.
I love it.
So it's just like her practice of offering. So cool. Wow.
Let's see. I've tried offering my stress and anxiety in the same way, and it makes it instantly lighter for me too.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wow. This is actually a very beautiful discussion. We were thinking of chatting about a rule of life today. And I have a very exciting announcement / giveaway that's only going to be happening when we move to the app in about 10 minutes. So if you want to hop off of YouTube and Facebook, if you want to be a part of that absolutely bananas giveaway that I think we're doing, and Megan's going to give me the go ahead in about 10 minutes, then you want to hop on the app. Steph, tell the people why we're talking about this today.
Why we're talking about the rule of life?
Yeah.
The rule of life?
Yeah.
Well, it all started with Beth's discernment about sharing a rule of life at our Phoenix Nights.
That's true.
Formerly known as Phoenix Nights. Now they're called Tend.
Love that.
So last night we got together in our local Tempe area.
Okay, sorry.
And
I just didn't want to interrupt.
It's okay. We had a small group gathering with women, and Beth shared about this idea of having a rule of life and just living intentionally with the Lord, but also a good assessment of where have we been prioritizing our things, our duties, our responsibilities, even our hobbies. Like what priority have we been giving to them, and how do we order these things so that we have peace and purpose. So we're sharing that today too, because it was just so good. We couldn't just have one talk. we needed to keep it going.
Well, I think sort of in the vein of, it's interesting you brought up New Year's resolutions. I think there's something in us, especially as women, that we're kind of always looking, we're always seeing opportunity in a positive light or lack in a negative light. And we're always kind of trying to tweak these things. But what I think a rule of life does is it gives us a framework. In fact, this is maybe the most exciting, life-giving thing about a rule of life. That, first of all, a little history. So we get this kind of practice of a rule of life from Saint Benedict. His, for the Benedictine order, is called the Holy Rule. It's about 1,500 years old, and it's still used by Benedictines today. And it's been adapted over the years by lay people, by religious. Some religious, I know, like the Poor Clares out here, they have an horarium, which literally just means a schedule or the hours. So it's kind of like their commitment of prayer and work and rest that orders their days. And they live guided by that. So the word a rule of life, R-U-L-E, is actually translated from the Latin. It's closer to the word trellis that like holds up a vine. So it holds it up and it helps it to spread out in all the right directions, get enough like air and room and height. It protects it from predators and diseases, and it helps support and structure the vine so it can bear the maximum amount of fruit, good fruit. Isn't that beautiful? And it's the same concept, it's the same truth when we order our life, order our days around a rule of life. It helps us to prioritize the most essential thing, which is Jesus Christ, and the particularity of our call, his call in our lives, our vocation, our prayer primarily, our relationships. It gives us that structure and support so that we can bear much fruit.
I'm excited to get into it.
Me too.
You like casually asked a question yesterday to the group, and I stuck with that. And
what was it?
Well, I'll tell you.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're saving it for the
I'm
app.
saving it for the app.
Wow. Are you trying to get over there early?
I am, because I feel like this is going to be a good combo.
Okay, and you just want to get into it.
Just want to get into it. Going. This is your 10-second warning to head on over to the app. Can we do that?
Love that. Come on over, gals. Susie, you're already over there. Sarah, join us. All you folks, come on over to the app. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.